Hey everybody, thank you so much for checking out this video. It's your girl LB. Welcome to my channel Watch With Me LB, where I give you fun, fresh, and funny rants, reviews, and recaps on my favorite movies and TV shows. We will be discussing, and just like that episode something or other, the penultimate episode of this show has taken up approximately 7.5 minutes of our time. I'm sure you can imagine what I will say about the episode. So let's go ahead and get into it. I do want to do a little bit of housekeeping, okay? I have been getting a influx, and when I say influx, I mean literally 5 comments that are rude, racist, and homophobic. Let me just make one thing extremely abundantly clear. My channel is my house, and what I won't allow is for someone to disrespect me or mine in my house. My cousins are my cousins, okay? And my cousins are the people that subscribe to my channel and the ones who support me. You don't even have to subscribe to my channel. My cousins and I are working to create a community here, and I'm not going to let anybody come into my house and disrespect me or my cousins. And I know you see that I'm a black woman. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. This is how we sound in New Orleans, Louisiana. So if you can't understand what I'm saying, you can use the subtitles, which are available for you as a feature on YouTube, or you can get the fuck on. And I mean that with all due disrespect. If you don't agree with the LGBTQ community, you are well within your rights to do so. But on this here channel, they have a place at my table, and I have a supreme batch of good cousins. My heart is full. If I never got another subscriber to my channel, my heart would still be full. But if you coming over here with that bullshit, you're gonna find that this is not the place where you're gonna be able to thrive with that shit. So please fall off a cliff, fall into a hole, get attacked by a wild boar, okay? I don't care, but you're not welcome here. Good cousins, I appreciate y'all. I'm sorry I had to sit through that, but I had to do a little bit of housekeeping, child, because people was getting out of hand. And I don't even know where them damn people came from. How y'all even found me? Now that we done got that out the way, let's go ahead and get into this episode. So the episode opens up, and it is Thanksgiving time. It's turkey time, and Carrie is ordering pies for their Thanksgiving dinner. She ordered 12 pies. She ordered a custard pie, vegan pie, blueberry pie, pecan pie, soft pie, hard pie, pie the sailor man, child. She was ordering buku pies. Man, you don't want to give like no other options for dessert? Like, they have other things you can eat. People in the pie place was like, you said that we couldn't order pies because it was too late. And so the pie lady, I don't know who that is. Tell me if that's somebody. Ma'am, she's gonna be able to order a pie. You're not gonna be able to order a pie because she supported us when we were downtrodden and low, when the pandemic was here. Nobody was getting pies. And she ordered the pies and didn't even come pick them up. And she just let them sit on the counter. Pause. Why would she do that? You're wasting ingredients. Butter and sugar and a good vanilla. Those things are very expensive. Don't waste the lady pies. I'm not a pie connoisseur. I love a good sweet potato pie. I make a fire sweet potato pie. And I like a good pecan pie. That's pretty much all I got. I don't like apple. Comment down below and let me know if you like pie and if you do, what your favorite pie is. So the pie lady was like, shut up, customer. I'm also trying to get to spend money at my business. I'm gonna treat you poorly. I'm gonna talk about how awesome Carrie is. Whatever she wants, she gets. And I just want Sarah Jessica Parker to know that we as a community like her already. We already love her for what she already gave us for Sex and the City. We are going to erase and just like that from history. After, you know, the finale, we're gonna press Control Alt Delete on this whole fucking show. But they always find ways to interject into the story how other people think Carrie is so awesome. And there's nothing about Carrie that I can see, that I have seen, that would make me think that the community would think that. I don't think she's like a community leader. I can't wait to support small woman-owned businesses. Carrie let her friend be homeless in an Airbnb. She known that lady since 1973, okay? That's a bar. That was unintentional. I can't help it. I just feel like it's unnecessary. And it could just be me because I'm tired and wore out, okay, with this show and with these people. Let me know if I'm overreacting. We wasted so much time on these fucking pies. And I'm like, are you gonna give me a slice? Because if not, let's move on. Now, I don't care to go back in time to find out when it was that I said something about Carrie going back to that apartment. I feel like I said it around the time when Aiden started pissing me off, that she was gonna go back to that apartment. I knew it in my bones, and I feel like that's where they're going. So Carrie leaves the pie shop and is immediately transported to her old block. I don't know if the pie place was on the block. I've been going to New York for literally 21 years. I still don't get how the directions go. If it's going north and east, it's numbers or letters, or if it's going south and if it's by the river. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Okay, I'm not a pirate. I don't have a compass. But she ends up on her block and she walking real slow and she's like contemplating about all the good times she had in that apartment that she cannot let go of. And I feel like that is indicative of Carrie as a character. She cannot let go. She cannot let go. And you know what it reminds me of? No tea, no shade if like you or a loved one is like this, okay? Everybody got to do what makes them happy and feel good. It reminds me of people who, like, you know, if your prime time was in like the 80s or the 90s or even the 70s, how they still hold on to that specific look in terms of makeup and fashion and hair and this and that. It's like they don't ever go with the times, you know, and they just be stuck in one part of life. Like, I have an uncle who still wear acid wash jeans. I'm not even joking. I don't know where the hell he find these goddamn jeans. He got black ones, red ones, he got jabos, and I'm like, bro, hello? Are you okay? Like, why? But that's what she reminds me of as it relates to this apartment. I also can't expect change because they literally gave us the same show and our dumb asses was sitting here watching it the whole time. We were sitting there watching it the whole time. Carrie and Samantha on the train? Nope. Carrie and Seema on a road trip. Like, they literally just rewrote the things and we were sitting here like, oh, okay. All right, I guess. So when she passes in front of her apartment, she sees Lisette coming down. You know, the little cute little curly bob that she got in her old place. So Lisette invites her to her little Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving kind of vibe she's having at her apartment. And she says, are you gonna come? And Carrie was like, And I know that's right, Carrie girl. Though I can't be answering on the spot. I don't know. She had on like a cloak and like it was like a long skirt and like some long pants. And I said, girl, you look like Sarah from the Hocus Pocus, girl. That's what you was trying to give? I don't know. Come, little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. That was a good ass song. If I was a child in the 1720s, I'd have been like, girl, I'm coming with you. I ain't got nothing to do. They probably gonna make me go out in the fields. Well, yeah, because I would have been a slave. But you know what I'm saying? Now we got to go over there to the damn penis parlor. Ugh. Harry keep talking about his yam and I'm tired, girl. Like, I get it, Harry. Yeah, you done been through a lot. That boy was very concerned about the fact that he just cannot get his yam to just do what yams need to do. That man talked about his yam for at least like 2 minutes straight. And again, me and Harry are not cool enough for me to spend 2 minutes with him talking about his yam. I'm so sorry. I don't care. I'm not here for Harry, okay? I'm here for the girls. Especially if this is the end of the show. I don't want to talk about Harry's yam. I don't want to talk about Miss Pam. I don't want to talk about Sam I Am, bitch. I want to talk about these ladies that I was supposed to be growing and maturing and with. So Rock is in this play. The Marvelous Miss Millie. No, that's the Marvelous Miss Millie. I can't remember. Remembering Millie? I can't remember the name. They have put on their costume for the play. And the Rock has had to put on a dress and a wig. And they have on makeup. And Charlotte sees Rock in this dress and is like shocked. And I'm assuming that is how she envisioned Rock to be. Because, you know, Charlotte is a girly girl and she got girls. So I'm assuming that she was like, oh my God, we just going to be shopping and getting mani-pedis all the time. And now she's having to work through having a non-binary child. But when she sees Rock come out, she's like, oh my God, this child looks so beautiful and X, Y, and Z. But if your loved one is non-binary, comment down below and let me know what you thought about the scene with Rock. I'm interested to see what y'all thoughts were on that specific scene. We get a quick scene with Anthony and Giuseppe, and they are at some store that I cannot afford. Maybe Givenchy? I can't remember the store. Giuseppe's in there trying on sweaters. Anthony don't like the sweater that Giuseppe had on, so he go get him some extra, you know, sweaters. And Giuseppe ends up proposing to Anthony in the dressing room of the store. And Anthony looks very emotional and he says yes. Later on in the episode, Anthony tells Carrie that he's having second thoughts about marrying Giuseppe. He don't want to take care of Giuseppe because he has to go get his sweaters and he gotta, you know, do all the stuff that he don't want to be a parent. Pause. Did we ever see him doing that? Where'd that come from? It must have come from the same place Charlotte Vertigo came from, child. Out of fucking nowhere, okay? I don't know where that came from. Where Gia at? Whatever happened with that? That's a bar, okay? I'm just giving them to y'all right now. All the storylines that went no place. They went into a black hole in the Milky Way. I don't know how space works. Because Rosie O'Donnell came down as a nun and got her peach grease, and then maybe she's still singing in Times Square somewhere, child. I don't know. You already know. I think Aiden the serial killer. You told me Lily was a goddamn piano virtuoso. The next thing you know, she having sex in a blizzard and screaming over some grown-ass man that she met in the ballet. What you gave me that for? Now we get a scene with Carrie at her publisher. I love your book, but as your publisher, this is not gonna work, okay? I don't want no romantic tragedy. In Carrie's book, she got this nondescript ass woman who is in this nondescript ass garden by her nondescript ass self. And the publisher don't like that because she's like, oh, okay, this not really my type of vibe. I was hoping we was gonna have a happy ending. Pause. I'm not a romance girly, and you know what? I could possibly be a smut girly because I'm a creep, but I just haven't gotten there yet. Anyway, if you a book girly or person, because can't books end like that? Like, that's not an unheard of thing, right? Like, a book could end in a tragedy, right? They could just be like, girl, he died, and then the book is over. Comment down below and let me know. Anyway, Carrie's trying to advocate for herself because, of course, she is the nondescript ass woman. Now we get a scene where the girls are at Carrie's house. They having like some tapas, I think. I don't know what that was on that table. So, pause. Carrie's got them ladies sitting at a small Buffalo Wild Wings 3-top, okay? You know how it's like you got the small tables where you could sit like around the bar, just like a quick little like we not gonna be here long ass kind of situation. That's what she had them sitting at. Whole time they got a whole ass dining room back there, and I'm thinking, okay, well maybe that's a rich people thing. Maybe it's like an old school thing, and like your grandma used to have like a living room with the really nice sofa and the really nice chairs, and she used to have her china cabinet in there with her good wedding china, throwback, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the rich people still on it. I don't know. So she had Charlotte and Miranda sitting on a high back bench. The bench didn't have any armrests on it. I don't know. It just seemed like an uncomfortable corner of the place to sit in. Comment down below and let me know if your loved one had a room or furniture that you couldn't use, because that was either for company or just because it's so pretty that I can't let y'all sit on it because y'all gonna ruin it. I liked how Miranda looked. Miranda looked like the Miranda that I remember, with a good old suit on, you know what I'm saying? Just, I don't know, the vibe was real Miranda, not colorblind, unhoused person like we've been getting all the whole season. When they're talking, right, and Miranda was just playing. You know how, like, well, I've done it before because I have school-age children. So I always like raise my hand because they gotta raise their hand if they need help or have a question, right? So I do that sometimes if I'm being silly. Like if it's a bunch of people talking and I be like, what time we gotta be there for? Like stuff like that. So that's what Miranda did, right? Instead of just looking at her or being like, hey, what's up, girl? Carrie says, yes, Miranda. Like she a fucking teacher. I was like, girl, what are you on, girl? It was like banter back and forth. Like you say something, I say something, you say something. She was just so formal. She literally pointed and said it just like that. And I was like, girl, who do you think you are exactly? Miranda says that she invited Brady baby mama Mia, here I go again, to Thanksgiving. Didn't that lady just try to kill you in her place of business the other day? Why would you do that? Like, I don't understand why she being a habitual line stepper the way she is. Why is she doing that? I don't know. Does she want a grandbaby? Because she need to say that. Why isn't Brady trying to fight for the child? Because she keeps saying, we need to build a connection. Surely there should be a connection. Why wouldn't you discuss that with aggravating ass Brady? The little boy at the culinary schoolhouse probably pissing somebody off in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Because he going to culinary school. If that was me, go ahead and get this protective order. Because this lady stalked my whole life at the boardwalk and came to my goddamn place of business, okay? Charlotte gets up and goes to like walk around the house, right? You would think that because Carrie hyper focused on that conference room table that she wanted, that was a perfect match between her and Aiden, and she finally got it, that they would at least let us see what she did with that table. Carrie's furniture is literally a hodgepodge collection of nouns, baby. It don't make no sense, bro. It looked like she went to the local Goodwill and was like, give me every seating option you have, please. She got like a purple chair with like a crushed velvet yellow sofa with like a hot pink table next to it. Then she got a baby blue sofa. Then she got like a folding chair. What design style is that? So then all of a sudden Charlotte says, ah! And scares the shit out of me and them ladies at that small ass dinner table with her, okay? She said, I forgot to tell you, Giuseppe and Anthony are engaged. I don't care. Don't scare me like that, girl. What you hollering for? The only reason you need to holler like that is if the men had died. You get a quick scene with Seema and Adam. Adam is getting him a little taste of Seema's peach. And then he invites her to dinner with his sister for Thanksgiving. And then he tells her that he loves her, and then she says it back. So then later on in the episode, she is like, I don't really want to go over there because they vegetarian. I'm trying to give me a little turkey, a little ham. I'm trying to give me a little, you know what I'm saying, dressing and stuff like that. You know, I don't know. Comment down below. This is super random, but this is just how my brain works. Comment down below and let me know where you are in the States and if you eat stuffing or if you eat dressing or if you eat both. Because we don't eat stuffing here. We eat dressing here. So now it's time for Rock's play and everybody is there. Charlotte brings up Anthony Kasabian, Victor David Kasabian. I don't know. We saw him like last season and then never saw him again. Now he's back. Why? Listen. Why do they keep adding in additional people? We don't want the people that we supposed to have. Why y'all keep giving us additional people? I don't care about no Mark Kasabian. Ugh, he dry like toast any damn way. I don't want them kids. I don't want these men. I don't want these extra characters. We didn't need Rosie O'Donnell. We didn't need Brady, baby daddy. I mean, Brady is not, no, his baby mama. We didn't need Lance. What's the gardener name? Mark? You know what I'm talking about? Ugh. Adam, that's his name. Also at the play is LTW and her family. Did LTW interact with Carrie, Charlotte, and Anthony, Giuseppe, anybody? No, she did not. Why, bro? She literally in the same place as the rest of the characters. Did they make Nicole Ari Parker shoot in Scandinavia while the rest of the cast got to shoot in New York? Because I literally cannot understand why they wouldn't have a character who's in the show interacting with characters who are also on the show. And then her George Washington mad because he lost the alderman comptroller election. Seemed like his skin would be thicker than that, especially growing up with his mama that he got. We need to open up a manhole cover and let her ass fall down there too. I can't stand that lady. Now back to LTW. They had LTW literally in a heavy ass tweed coat cape combination. And then she had a turban on that was also a hat. So it was a herban, okay? Ain't no way I'm sitting in a theater to watch my child tap dance on a stage wearing no thick ass tweed coat for the whole entirety of the play. Because remember, LTW got a son that was in the play. Did we get to see him? No. We ain't never gonna see that little boy again. I can promise you that. So Giuseppe did interact with Lisa Todd Wexley. That way we know she's not a ghost, okay? That way we know that they're not gonna try to flip this into some like supernatural type vibe. Then they had a scene with the principal who was like hitting on Giuseppe and it was weird and it was, I guess it was supposed to be comic relief, but ain't shit funny right now because we all ready to go. So, you know, we gonna do it. We gonna watch the show. That's another character I don't need. Why would I care about Charlotte's children's principal at their school? I don't care. I didn't realize the power that I had in my hands with this microphone. I feel so powerful. You hear the echo? Ooh, ooh. I didn't even know the echo could go up that high. I don't know why, but Harry came back to the group with some black and white cookies, right? You know, I love a good random unexpected snack. But why did he not have no plate? Like he just came with literally with a handful of cookies. Like he just was like handing them out. Why are you putting your mitts on my cook? Don't touch my cook. So now we got to spend 47 minutes watching Rock perform on this stage. Because again, I don't want these kids. Now we get a scene at Miranda's house. Her and Joy are at her house eating some food and they talk. I don't get Joy's vibe, man. I don't know. The dogs are there and they eating dinner. Brady come in and immediately just fuck up my mood. The baby mama text him to tell him she's gonna be coming to Thanksgiving dinner. And Miranda was like, oh my God, she's coming? I don't know, her response was weird. She was happy that the lady was coming, but not concerned at all that she hadn't told her son that she habitually line stepped. So Brady started hollering and cussing. What the fuck, mom? That's why I didn't like his ass in the first place. Why would you invite some random lady that I got pregnant to Thanksgiving, mom? I mean, what the fuck is going on? I mean, you're fucking crazy. Miranda gonna say, lower your voice. You're scaring the dogs. Not who you talking to, not why are you hollering at me, not you need to speak to me with respect. I understand you're upset, but there's no reason to speak to me like that. She not worried about herself or Joy. She worried about them skinny ass dogs, okay? They continuing to argue back and forth, and Brady just cussing at his mama, which is wild to me. Joy picks up her dogs and like, I'm gonna take my children in the other room. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Y'all out here tripping. Brady asked her opinion on the situation. Joy, don't you think my mom's fucking crazy? What the fuck did you want Joy to say? You don't know that lady. Why would you involve her in y'all family drama? I mean, that whole thing was weird. I really want somebody to take a manhole cover off the hole and let him fall down there and then it just gets replace it. And then he just gotta live down there like a Ninja Turtle or something. I don't ever want to see that boy again. That's how I know they thought they were gonna get renewed again. Because why would you introduce Miranda having a random ass outside baby grandchild if you thought that the story was going to end at season 3? We thought this was a great place to stop. No, you didn't. Because you literally giving me a new character 72 seconds before this whole show ends. Why would you do that? I don't give a shit about Mia. That's another character I didn't ask for. We get a scene with Seema and Carrie having drinks. Seema's talking about how she kind of aggravated that she's not going to Thanksgiving because she's going to go to Thanksgiving with Adam and eat a tofurkey, okay? Carrie, of all people, is telling Seema to be reasonable about her response to going to a vegan Thanksgiving. Are you going to make this lovely invitation to Thanksgiving a bigger deal than it is or something like that? The girl who said, what if big was a big mistake? She told me that. I don't know if you was there. But now she's the one that's being rational. Girl, go to hell. Go to hell, Carrie girl, please. So then Seema says, the family that owns the apartment under you is gonna sell and they wanted to give you dibs on it before they put it on the market. So she doesn't own the whole ass house. She just owned the top part. But I was like, wait a minute. Did y'all tell me that? That's what I'm saying. And it could be literally where they could have got that from the same place they got Charlotte Vertigo. Put their hand in like a little bin. And they close their eyes and they mix their hand around, child, and they pick up something and they read it. And they be like, we're going to add this to the show this week. That's how it goes. I know that's how they're doing it. They could type in random topics into a generator, like a random generator, and then let the generator decide how it works. It's like beep, boop, 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 boop. And then whatever they come up with is what that was some old ass sounds. What goes beep, boop, in 2020? In 2025, don't nothing go beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. But I'm old ass lady, okay? That's what they did on what's the name of that show, y'all, that people went no whammy, stop, like damn, I'm old, bro. That's what they did on the no whammy stop show. That's where I got that from. It was like beep boop beep boop beep boop boop boop. Shut up and leave me alone. You're not gonna bully me, okay? As soon as Seema mentions that the apartment downstairs is up for sale, here she go. You know, she got, when she contemplating something, she got to look off into the distance or put her shoulder on her. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I was just thinking Duncan would come back. Or maybe you're just saying that I should sell the house. And Seema was like, why the fuck would you do that? Seema's on business time. Carrie is on bullshit time. It makes sense for you as a rich lady to buy the downstairs because for resale, that'll 10x your investment. Because who said anything about selling the house? She asked you if you wanted to buy, bitch. Bye, girl. Carrie, listen. You okay, nope. So then she tells Seema that, what's her name? Lisette, that Lisette invited her to her old apartment for like a pre-Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving kind of vibe. And that she's scared that if she go in there, she gonna get sad or that she gonna miss the old house. Girl, please, you got to move on. Please, Carrie, I don't want to do this with you no more. I want to be removed from this narrative, please. She goes to the Friendsgiving thing at Lisette house at her old apartment, right? And she opens the door to the apartment, and instead of walking into the apartment, she walks into a vestibule, kind of like a landing, like a mud room kind of vibe. Okay, so Lisette has split up the studio into 2 apartments. To get to Lisette's apartment, you walk from the mud room area, the little opening area, through the bathroom to the bedroom, through the closet and into the bedroom. Then they painted the walls the exact color of like a sun bleached Amazon box. Even if you wanted to put up an illegal ass non-permitted wall, did you have to paint the whole ass house khaki brown? And it looked crazy in there. As far as I know, that was a studio. So you had a bathroom, a closet, a kitchen, and a bedroom. And then you had like a little nook area space, right? But when you go to the other guy's apartment, because she lived with a man named Ezekiel, he looked like he got a living room and a kitchen. Does he sleep in the bed with Lisette? I don't know. The whole thing was weird. Then we get Lisette telling Carrie that she hates coming home to an empty house. Like, it freaks her out and she's scared to be by herself. You know, I don't care. Lisette seems like a nice enough lady, but I don't care about that lady. Comment down below and let me know what your tolerance is for being alone. How do you value alone time? Because me, myself, and I, girl, I am a vibe. You understand what I'm saying? So I enjoy my own company. She go to her house. That girl started writing about the woman opened up a letter, and the letter was from Virginia Perry talking about a party for her cousin Louis Perry or something. Carrie, I'm telling you, you got to go to hell. For real, I'm not joking. Why would the whole book be about the woman? The woman don't have no name. She don't have no hobbies. The woman couldn't have no legs for all I know. I don't know shit about this woman. You gonna tell me in the epilogue of the book that Virginia Perry, you giving me this lady legal name? Girl, who are you talking about? Why would you end the book with a name when we don't know who the woman is? Girl, listen, I'm not, hold on, where's my mic? Go to hell, Carrie. Go to hell. Who is Virginia, girl? If you really wanted to get deeper into it, we know that she is the woman, right? The woman doesn't have a name because she, the woman, doesn't know who she is. So she can't even give herself a name. But she can give the name to another person who can put her in place with a man who also has a name. If you pick up what I'm putting down. If I'm putting my therapist brain on, if she's the woman, she has no name. She has no identity. She has nothing if it can't be associated with a man who has an identity, okay? We know his last name. We know his first name. We know where he lives. Where the woman live at? Does she live in the countryside? Does she live in the city side? Does she like to cook? Does she drink tea or coffee? Is she tall? Is she short? Is she blind? Is she brunette? Okay? You know she ain't black. Please let me know if somebody else had a name in this book. That's it. That's it and that's all. We got one more episode. We're going to have a live discussion about the series finale of And Just Like That. Gonna schedule it and post it later on today, so make sure you have your notifications on so you can see when I'm gonna schedule it, baby, because we gotta talk about it, bro. I'm gonna make a list of characters that just popped up and just went away. I'm gonna make a list of the reasons that Aiden is a serial killer. Thank y'all for being patient with me while I yelled at y'all. Not at y'all, I'm just yelling past y'all. You know what I'm saying? Comment down below and let me know what you thought of this fuck ass episode. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye.